Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, some areas of patchy fog are possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see probably sunny skies with breeze today, too. We'll see a high of around 64. Tonight, mainly clear skies and breeze conditions with a low around 32. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine and a high of 58. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Great news. I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Krekak, Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? This is Jay Foreman, Harrison, Kenny Wilhite, K-Dub. Special guest Mark Manning in here. This is Old School, brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese. Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, located at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. Every type of beat and every type of cut. And on the crossover, we had Kenny back, but now we got a special guest, Mark Manning, one of our favorite coaches of all time. How you doing, Mr. Manning?
Doing great, Jay.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah. I mean, well, first, you got some tough sons. You probably get it from their mom, right? Get the athletic ability and toughness from their mom.
No, I think it's him.
Yeah.
I think it's him. If he can go out there and put them pads on and run goal line.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, he definitely Mike linebacker.
He
like Phil Ellis.
Yeah.
He like Dr. Death Phil Ellis.
He took it down.
Mark, man, this is your first home match, right? Friday.
Yep.
Right? First one. I know the excitement's there. You got a pretty good lineup of guys. Obviously, we know that you've done a really good job. Tell us about your team this year. Tell us how the offseason's been. And tell us how your first few matches went, and then what we can expect on Friday.
Yeah, Jay, we have 4 All-Americans coming back. So Brock Hardy was a freshman All-American last year at 141. And then we have a young man we redshirted last year who was national runner-up, Ridge Lovett. So Ridge is back at 149. He has 2 years of eligibility left. Peyton Robb, who had horrific injury or staph infection last year at the NCAA tournament, is back healthy and doing great things at 157. And then Silas Allred, who was a Big Ten champ for us last year as a freshman. Those guys are young. And so we really only have one senior on our team, Peyton Robb. And so we have a young man, a transfer at 125, Caleb Smith. He's got 2 years left. And so we have a really good lineup, and we feel really solid. And we're ranked anywhere from 5th to 9th in the country. And obviously the Big Ten is really rock solid, but I really take a lot of, preparation. You guys always talk about preparation, all this. Our guys just put in one heck of a summer. They lived in the wrestling room all summer. We had a lot of, we had 25, 30 guys in the wrestling room all the time, and guys doing camps for a couple weeks, but here at Lincoln, but just a tremendous commitment, I would say, by our team. And so that all starts with them, and we do a lot of, ownership stuff, and guys have to buy in because they put their foot on the line. The coaches don't put the foot on the line. They have to walk out there and they have to take the courage to put their foot on the line and compete. So we got off to a good start last weekend up at North Dakota State and Fargo. And so our lineup will be a little bit different this weekend. And we're ready to roll.
Talk about one of the things you told me is that when guys come on a recruiting trip, you let the senior leadership or the veteran guys kind of vet them. And that kind of helps their transition, both for the players, them transitioning into them, and then the young guys, getting into your system. Talk about that and how or when you came up with that type of mindset. I think it's very unique because I think it helps the transition for young guys and can start, hitting the ground running.
Yeah, I think more, 10 years ago, I would say 10, 12 years ago, we just started when we recruited, just have our veteran guys, our guys that were leaders on our team, and then just developed, a trust, and then our guys would tell us, hey, how'd it go with that guy? How'd it go? What'd you think of his parents? What'd you think of his, this young man, outside of when he's with us at dinner or,
Right.
every
Yeah, everybody's on their best behavior, right?
Hey,
You hope
they're
so.
giving their A game, baby.
Yeah.
But, get to really, when they loosen up and when they let their guard down a little bit, what are they like? What's their traits like? Do they have integrity? Do they have character? And would they fit in with our program? So I just communicate with those guys and ask them, hey, this kid, does he fit us? And, our guys are very honest with this. So we've developed that great rapport, and then guys really enjoy, hey, I want to host, coach. I want to host this guy. I want to host. And so, and in wrestling worlds, it's a lot like all other sports, our guys that might be a sophomore, Ridge Lovett, who's, if he would have went in the transfer portal last year, he would have been $250,000, $300,000 guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he loyal, stay here. We're about building them, not buying them.
Right.
I love that. I love that.
And so we have to have trust. I couldn't bring in a guy and pay him whatever in NIL, and then Ridge Lovett or Peyton Robb and Brock Hardy. What?
Right.
And then it would just destroy me, and really just destroy a program, And so it starts with me. And if I'm not honest with my guys, they're going to read right through it. So, it's great. We have a great culture. Our guys are very open with us, and we're very straightforward with them, and just starts with that. And then, kids, they love our program. We signed 6 guys today. So it's really
it's a good day for you then.
Yeah. Good day.
Yeah.
So how many do you get a year?
It varies, Kenny. We brought in 12 guys last year, but we got 6 guys coming in, and then we already have 3 guys committed for next year. So our roster is around 35. So it's just fluid. We just lose 1 guy next year. So it's we have a lot of people reach out to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. And wrestling in the Big Ten, you gotta have
dudes.
You gotta have dudes. And so you can't just have a guy, hey, I want to be a practice partner. I'd love that. I understand that, but it's also about putting the best team that I have, and I got to have competitive guys. And so we're looking for the best of the best. We have a couple guys. It's us and Penn State, down to us and Penn State. And so, we got a young man from North Dakota. He was getting recruited by 20 schools, and a lot of NIL money offered. And in the last weeks leading up to this, he committed to us about 3 weeks ago. A week ago, a school in the Big Ten, won't say who, but a little bit up north, offered him 50 grand NIL, and he was loyal and stuck with it.
Right.
And that kid's going to work here.
Right.
Guarantee you. One, we've been around him a couple different times for camps, but he's going to work. We know that. And he held true to his word. And those are the guys that do well.
Generally work.
You got to have some substance to you. You can't just be a great athlete. You got to have some, Jordan Burroughs was, he's
you
a
gotta have
stud.
some stuff to you.
I mean, he's a great athlete, but there's something else in his heart. How he competed. James Green, these guys they're competitors,
Speaking of that, have you reached out to Nash?
I'd love to. He's a couple biscuits away from 285, though. He's
more than a couple biscuits away.
He's more than a couple. He's a couple steaks.
And maybe some gravy.
Gravy too. Oh yeah.
And potatoes and everything.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I see him in the training room all the time, or in training table, and he's having a great year. But I remember when Scott was recruiting him, he's never going to be a heavyweight because heavyweight's 285 limit, and so it's tough. If I was a parent and had my kid that's like that and wanted to do dual sport, Iowa's got a kid over there, but he's a linebacker, Ben Keeter. He's going to be a stud, but he's never going to weigh 285.
Right.
He 240, and he can run and he can move and he can hit you. But he's a great wrestler too, and so he's going to try to do it, but not many
have done it, especially at that. In the Big Ten.
And just the commitment, the time is amazing.
I wanted to ask you some of the and a little bit about Nash, but some of the most difficult linemen for me to go against, especially at the professional level. I didn't really study them too much in college. Were the guys that were former wrestlers. Those are the guys that were consistently there. Hard to knock off balance. Very competitive. Would try to finish you. Talk about the mentality it takes to compete as a wrestler, because I think to be individually motivated. Number one, the first wear that, what's it called, a singlet?
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah. Go out there in a singlet, be individually motivated, and be out there in front of all your peers.
Yeah.
And you're live on stage. Just talk about that mentality, because I don't think people really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because everybody thinks wrestling is what they see like WWF.
Yeah.
This is for real. This is real deal, mano a mano, and one false move, you could lose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah. I think, I would say we're the highest anxiety sport other than maybe UFC. Think about, walking in the cage, you and another dude, he might hit my jaw and I might be done.
Right.
Might be done. He might kill me.
Right.
I mean, it's a little bit like that. Obviously wrestling, there's rules.
Right. Sure.
I call it street fight with rules.
Right.
You got to be physical, but it just takes a different mentality. We've had guys on our team who are probably more, NEI level, just they're not cut out for it.
Right.
The physicality of the Big Ten is you're going to collar tie, you're going to push. It's like hand fighting and a lot like football. Getting through the guy's body, beating them, and creating angles, and it's tough to take someone down. Otherwise, it'd just be out there. Hey, you do a move, I do a move.
Right. Right. Yeah.
People like, well, I don't understand it. Well, it's like a football tackle.
Sure.
You see a dude double leg. That's a takedown in wrestling.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. Hard to tackle a good running back, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to tackle. Hard to take a wrestler down that's got good hips, good balance, good agility, good athlete. I mean, the guys, viewership in Big Ten wrestling is third: football, men's basketball, wrestling.
Yeah.
The reason why, because there's a lot of good athletes out there wrestling right now than there were 25 years ago.
Right.
I mean, wrestling's always been good and popular, but the dudes now, it's insane.
Oh yeah.
It's there's some, and you got to look for that, but you also have to look for something that's going to set them apart.
Right.
Like Ridge Lovett, you look at him and he's skinny, he's gnarly, but he's tough. How I judge that? He's going to stick his nose in, and he cut a lot of weight to make 133 as a true freshman. And then he bumped up to 149 and was national runner up. And then I redshirted him last year. People are, man, you would add, a team trophy top 4 with the Ridge Lovett. Well, yeah, but it wasn't best for Ridge Lovett. What was best for Ridge Lovett, for him to have a year to develop, get better on his feet, and then have a shot to be a 2-time national champion.
Right.
That's how he's best going to help us.
Right.
But it's most how we're going to be best for Ridge Lovett.
Coach, who's one guy, on your roster, either redshirted last year or somebody that really surprised you this offseason that might pop Friday night or later on in the season?
I would say Lenny Pinto.
He has the best name out there.
Yeah, Pinto. My mom had one of those.
Yeah, Italian stallion boy.
Yep.
He's from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, and he wowed the crowd because he's jacked up, 184. He's explosive.
Mhm.
It's insane. Boom. He bounced the North Dakota State kid off the mat boom, 5 feet off the mat 5 different times. I mean, I've never seen that.
Right.
I mean, he's just a sophomore. He got his feet wet last year. Didn't have a lot of time. To develop him. He came off a knee surgery and different, issues, but now he's rolling. And I would say another young man, Jacob Van D at 133. He's a redshirt freshman, Erie, Pennsylvania. He's a tough dude. He has a lot of tough qualities. He beat out one of our starters earlier this year. and then they might go back and forth. But Jacob Van D he pops. He's a tough, gnarly kid.
Both of those guys are from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
How'd you get them out of state?
Yeah, out of Penn State.
Out of Penn State. See,
They can't-
the man.
they can't-
The man.
They can't get them all.
The closer.
Yeah.
The closer.
Yeah.
Can't get them all.
Who's all in? Who's all going to be here Friday night? What other schools? We
Just,
don't care about Nebraska.
just
but
Campbell.
Just Campbell?
We're wrestling Campbell. Yep, just Campbell. Last year we wrestled there, and we wrestled a double duel with them and Gardner Webb, and then they're just paying us back that match, and then our next home meet is really December 16th with South Dakota State.
So you're on the road for a while.
We're going on the road here. Navy Classic. It's a tournament at Naval Academy next weekend. There's 14 teams there, and then 2 weeks after that, the first weekend in December is a big tournament. 38 teams, Las Vegas Invitational.
Oh,
If you
that'd
want to
be
go
fun.
to Las Vegas, it's an amazing tournament. And the Huskers have won it the last 3 years, and it's Ohio State, Michigan State, Virginia. NC State. It's a huge tournament. It's a big ranking tournament.
That's
So
good.
it's we'll rock and roll there. So
Yeah. I want last question before we get you out of here. What's the things that's different, the mentality of the team and how you try to approach maybe practice or when you talk to them, when you guys go on the road versus when you're at home? Because I feel like you go up to Penn State, it's you against all them hillbillies up there,
Yes.
And maybe it might change who you bring, right? So
Yeah.
you might, have you ever had a wrestler that's, when he's home, he's comfortable, mom and dad or family's in town. I'm serious. We've had
Yes,
teammates that
yes.
way versus it takes, once you get on that plane, like playtime's over.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
yeah, especially in the Big Ten wrestling, at Michigan or Ohio State, Penn State, we wrestle them one of our last duels of the year. The last Big Ten duel is us versus Penn State, Rec Hall. It's going to be fire, lit. You have to be ready. At Iowa, they sell out every one of the wrestling matches. 15,000 people packed in, yelling, and not some nice words.
Mhm.
And you hear everything,
Yeah.
about your grandma.
Because they're on
about
top
your
of you,
grandma.
right? Yeah.
They're on top of you, and they just give you the business. Now I'm talking. Hey,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
No,
And it's a wild environment. It's very intense, and we just talk about control what you can control, and that's on that wrestling mat. But you have to be able to block out. You have
Right.
to have tough-minded guys to
Yeah.
be able to compete in environments like that.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that, the ability to concentrate with all the peripherals out there.
Going
You
on.
can't put a ranking on that, but it's something that, can you develop that? Say somebody's never been exposed to that type of, through club wrestling. They've
Yeah.
but they have talent and they get here. Can you different practice techniques or just throw them out there and just, just throw them in the deep end, see if you can swim, come back, teach you a little bit. Then as
It goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a prototypical guy that you want to see just grow
Yeah.
in those situations. But you can try to create that pressure in the wrestling room, which we do. Up by one, you got to go get it. All this, but at the end of the day, you have to have a guy that has it in his heart, in his gut. He's gonna cowboy up and go
Yeah.
get it, go get a takedown in a
Yeah.
tough environment, and block that noise out and almost use it as energy
Yeah.
rather than let it defeat you. So we talk about don't let your balloon get popped. Keep that air in.
Yeah.
Keep, don't make the moment bigger than it is. It's just a wrestling match. We
Yeah.
talk a lot about, having fun. You got to have fun. That's why you wrestle. You have fun. Does it look fun all the time? No,
Right.
but you got to enjoy that grind.
Right.
It's
I like
it's
that.
like UFC.
Yeah.
Man, who wants to get punched in the face? Well, you like punching the.
Yeah. Everybody likes playing offense. Nobody likes playing defense.
That's
Yeah.
right. So you got to like both, and
Yeah.
we just talk about controlling what they can control and being their best, and being their best is not getting in your head.
Right.
And it's so many people, wrestling is a lot like a lot of sports. You're you can't have someone get inside your head. They own you then.
Yeah.
It's over. You know, they're going to dominate.
Right.
Not about the dub. It's about the dom.
Yeah. I like that, man. That's a good way to end. Coach Mark Manning, Friday. What time you guys get it cracking?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. It's on like a greasy pot of neck bones. Jay Foreman, Mark Manning, Kenny Wilhite, Harrison. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Thanksgiving is near, and Fairway is now taking orders for fresh turkeys, holiday hams, prime ribs, holiday trays, and more. Save yourself the stress of waiting until the last minute and order ahead this year for your holiday meals at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you are a loved one or struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Great news. I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Call your local State Farm agent Vinny Krekak at 402-474-1173.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brandt.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday season is upon us. And wow, do we have some really awesome incentives to share with you. Right now at Koppel, we're offering 0.9% interest rates or $6,000 off select Chevrolet and GMC models. Yes, you heard right, 0.9% or $6,000 off select new models. In addition, Costco customers can get special incentives for this entire month. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus with approved credit.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, some areas of patchy fog are possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see probably some of the skies we breeze today, too. We'll see a high of around 64. Tonight, mainly clear skies and breeze conditions, low around 32. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine and a high of 58. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 92.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We are back. Jay Foreman, K-Dub, Kenny Wilhite. People don't know your nickname yet. I'm going to Kenny and Harrison. It's a Wednesday. It's hump day. It's a little bit gloomy. It's starting to get dark too quick. We got about 5 minutes. Not even that, Harrison. We got 3 minutes. I got my clock here, and that's slow, right? Harrison always keeps me on my P's and Q's. But I said this: if Nick's listening, there's something that Nick, Jason Kelce, Jamie Foxx, Usher, and some dude named Timothy Chalamet, I don't know who he is, all have in common. They're voted the sexiest man on earth.
Who?
Nick, who was just sitting here, Jason Kelce, Jamie Foxx, Usher, and some dude named Timothy Chalamet. I probably butchered his name because it had a whole bunch of like apostrophes of the. He must be French.
How's Kelce in there?
Sexiest man alive. That's the final 5. Actually, final 4. I'm just joking. That's the final 4. Jason Kelce, Jamie Foxx, Usher, Timothy Chalamet.
Wow.
I don't know. There he is.
Yeah, I think he's been in some Netflix movies. Actor. I don't know.
Netlix movies?
I think he was in like King. That's the only one I probably can recognize him from.
Yeah, and he was a soft king. He didn't want to be. Remember? Did you watch that? Yeah. He didn't like he had the control of the whole. He's the one that messed everything up. Right now, that's him. He want to step up, man, because he was Yeah.
Kelce.
Yeah. I think it's.
I look better than him. Just because he has his podcast.
And that beard. And he's on. And he has a Amazon Prime like a documentary.
Oh, okay.
He blowing up, man.
Blowing up.
He might as well keep playing.
No.
Yeah. He's still doing work.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So
you don't want to see him, that's for sure.
Yeah, he quick. And he only about 250. He got grip though. He got a grip. But they got Jamie Foxx on there.
I can see that.
But he was almost dead.
Come on, bro. I was too, but
yeah, you're just right. You know who you are. You the black version of Jon Snow. That's who you are.
No.
You ever watch Game of Thrones? Jon Snow, he came back.
He did.
Yeah.
He came back.
Yep. It was the Lord's work. You know, it was the Lord of the Light. There you go.
Jamie Foxx is a good looking dude.
Yeah, he is.
He's not a bad looking dude.
Oh, I never said he was. I just figured he been. Remember, they had a guy out there that was his stunt double on the boat.
Yep.
And then when you get up close to him, it looked like just one of us. The dude was 6'3". If you ever, I met Jamie Foxx.
He is not that tall.
My man might not be able to get on a ride at
stop. He's taller than me. I'm 5'8". He's taller than me.
Kenny, he got you. He got you because you bald headed and he got a little bit of hair on top. Yeah, he got a little high top fade on you. And then Usher.
He done went to Vegas.
Well, you know what happened?
Vegas.
What happened is
now he's the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but the Vegas Aces, they won. Las Vegas Aces, they won. And then they well, first of all, Usher, messed that one dude's household up singing to his girl.
Oh yeah.
And he was at home taking care of the baby. She was up there grinding on Usher, and then the one of the aces wanted her to get serenaded. Then he did them up. Then next thing you know, he on the list.
He's the hottest.
He been on the list though.
He should have been.
He always been.
He's
on
always
the,
been.
He's
on
been
the
on the list from since he's been 18. He should be just nullified. Dude, you hear too much. You're doing too much. And then Timothy Chalamet, I don't know, man. He's Frenchie. It don't matter. It'll probably be Jason Kelce gonna win. We gotta start writing in votes for Jason Kelce.
Yeah, get him in there.
Get him in there. Yeah, if you're gonna put the man on the list, let him win.
Yep.
You know, let him in. And anyways, I thought that was kind of funny just because Jason Kelce talked about it. He's like, I ain't even taking this serious. He's like, I know I ain't. That's cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, hey, what'd he say? It's in the eyes of the beholder. That's what he said. I like him though, man. He kept it real. He said, hey, you know what? I'm the same
He's a funny
06.
dude now.
Oh yeah.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah, and he's made a great name for himself
Yes,
though.
yeah.
Like a career, being an undersized center and
scrappy,
quick, and then being in that organization is really, and he has superior leadership skills. And when he talks, people, he's like E.F. Hutton. When he talks, people listen.
Yeah.
So good on him. Congrats to all them dudes. I don't know if they get a trophy because Dwayne The Rock Johnson won it one year.
Yeah, what do you get if you win that? It's a trophy?
Plaque, trophy, whatever.
Plaque, trophy.
Magazine cover.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be cool to put up in there.
Nick might win it. We can bring it in the studio.
Yeah, we'll put Nick in there. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break, get back on it. We'll have a quick segment. We'll talk about some NFL talk, see what Kenny thinks about Carson Wentz coming back. He came out, he was hunting. Said he got bored. He must have not been a good shot.
He must not have been.
He's now at LA, and could it possibly something resurrect his career? Top of the 5 o'clock hour, we're going to ask Kenny his perspective from being in college football. So this is better than my opinion, anybody else, of how much it really happens. Was what is the rule that you can do because it's been happening forever, and where Michigan made some mistakes or possible mistakes moving forward. So Jay Foreman, Kenny Harrison, we'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. At Fairway Meat Market, you're family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Thanksgiving is near, and Fairway is now taking orders for fresh turkeys, holiday hams, prime ribs, holiday trays, and more. Save yourself the stress of waiting until the last minute and order ahead this year for your holiday meals at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. but delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday season is upon us. And wow, do we have some really awesome incentives to share with you. Right now at Koppel, we're offering 0.9% interest rates or $6,000 off select Chevrolet and GMC models. Yes, you heard right, 0.9% or $6,000 off select new models. In addition, Costco customers can get special incentives for this entire month. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus with approved credit.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, Kenny Wilhite, Harrison. Quick segment, then we're gonna catch back up at the top of the hour. Kenny, I put the little bug out there before is Carson Wentz. You know, the number 2 pick from North Dakota State. Jumped on the scene, had the ACL injury, and seemed just, I think it was too much, in my opinion, too much stardom too quick. Then you start to hear about him as a teammate. And some of the things they were saying as a teammate, especially from a young player, he just, and it can happen when you're in a big market like Philly, and hasn't been able to kind of catch on ever since. Came out of the hunting blind, and now he's signed up there to LA with a quarterback guru and 2 legit Pro Bowl all-star receivers. What do you think his chances are of kind of resurrecting his career and getting some more years in?
It all depends on if he's been in the lab or not. You have to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Just look at Josh Dobbs, what he's done.
Right.
He didn't have one rep, not one practice rep with the Vikings. You know what I mean? But he's been active.
Yeah.
He didn't have one practice rep with the Vikings. You saw on the sideline, that was his first snap with that center.
Yeah.
When the quarterback got hurt and he went in and got the job done. Carson Wentz was a really, really, like you guys talked about it yesterday with Armand about Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
When he went to Green Bay. Humble. You're right. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
He was humble.
Yeah.
It was different for Carson Wentz. He went to Philly being the man. in that market too much too soon.
And that success.
That success.
Yeah, if he didn't get hurt out there.
And I think if he didn't get hurt, he'd probably have been okay.
He would have won the MVP that year,
Yes.
most likely. And if there is no Nick Foles.
No.
And maybe he wins the Super Bowl. I know he got a Super Bowl ring and stuff like that. I just what do you think, Harrison?
His career, again, with the Nick Foles year, where they make that crazy run there.
Yes.
Just ever since then. The injuries on top of it, I think that's just taken a huge part of it, too.
Right.
I mean, he's lost a lot of his athletic ability, and I don't know what the future. If I had to pick, I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't buy it either, even though he has those guys around him.
Yeah, and he threw the ball decent last year. I think being at the Commanders probably is not the best place for anybody, but he had to go get a job. And I think they had a quick hook on him. I think with him, it's all upstairs. I think like you said, whether you've been active, whether you've been wanting to get back, and are you a better teammate? And I think that, to be honest, when you think about mentally, the fact that he was so worried about Nick Foles winning that Super. Listen, bro, they also did him something that never happens to a lot of quarterbacks. Is you're hurt. The backup, who was a better performer than you that year, at least during the playoffs, they didn't re-up him. They re-upped you. They gave you $100 and some million just to settle you down, and you still worried about that. And so maybe it's a good lesson. I know he went to the Colts, and then that didn't work out well. Wish him the best. It'll be interesting to see, because you hate to see that he would have 4 years from now sitting back. Of course, going to have a ton of money, but have a ton of regret too.
Mm-hmm.
So that money won't mean as much. So we'll see what happens. Be interesting to see. I'm sure he's going to start this week.
He's going to start.
Yeah. So, it's a bye week too. So
it's a bye week.
Yeah, you got a bye week. So let me see what he does. I think Matthew Stafford is probably at the end of his.
I think
in his
We
road.
got the return of Pocket Hercules too.
Yeah.
This
NFL.
Your boy,
Before
your guy.
Before we go to break, what do you think? Do you think
Straight off
shows
PlayStation 5? I'm gonna check it. I gave AG one assignment. Find him online. Let's see how many hours he got on there. If Pocket Hercules is below 10 hours this week, he's gonna do all right.
He's back.
He's in a contract year, so I think you're gonna get him on his best behavior. Because if he's not gonna get a contract at Arizona, or they're gonna find ways to sit him out like they did Derek Carr, he's auditioning for say 10 to 15 other teams with a bunch of quarterbacks coming in this year's draft.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what you get out of him, and see how it works. So we're gonna go to break. Jay Foreman, K-Dub, Harrison, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Haviland. This week's special through November 14th is spend $40 and you'll get to buy one, get one free on 8-ounce prepackaged sirloins. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you are a loved one or struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 14th is spend $40 and you'll get to buy one, get one free on 8-ounce prepackaged sirloins. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for high-quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday season is upon us. And wow, do we have some really awesome incentives to share with you. Right now at Koppel, we're offering 0.9% interest rates or $6,000 off select Chevrolet and GMC models. Yes, you heard right, 0.9% or $6,000 off select new models. In addition, Costco customers can get special incentives for this entire month. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus with approved credit.
School bus drivers, custodians, paraeducators, and the list goes on of all the education support professionals who help every school in Nebraska run smoothly. They ensure that our students have a safe ride to school, healthy meals, and a clean environment to learn. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Take a moment to say thank you to the support staff at your child's school.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We are back. Old School. Brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. We are live in effect at 1040 O Street down here at the Tickets office and studio. Is me, Kenny Wilhite, and Harrison. As we mentioned in the first hour, we're gonna get some expert opinion from his experience on this Michigan situation, because I think, just by chance Kenny's here, but also I think that somebody that's been in it and knows the rules and maybe can shed some light into where Michigan might be running into some obstacles down the road. So for the people out there, Kenny, just the Cliff Notes version of what you possibly, or a person on a staff is able to do within the rules, let's just say at a game? Like you're the visiting team or home team. What are they allowed to do?
So, like you said, a person on staff,
right?
Coach, whatever, you can look across the field and watch a coach signaling or those big signs that they hold up, and try to pick them off, try to figure out what they're calling. You cannot physically get on the plane or get on the car and drive to a visiting or
a previous game or
opponent coming up.
Yeah,
3 games later, and sit and scout, and film and record. You cannot do that. That's totally illegal,
right? Within the rules, yeah.
Within the rules. Now, high school, you can do that,
right?
You know, coaches go scout teams they're going to play in the future early, but in college, you cannot do that,
right? And one thing I was talking to DP earlier and been on the Big Ten and stuff like that, talking about it, is, in my opinion, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that I feel like it is worse because of the time restrictions that are on the coaches as far as how much you can be around the players. I think it's like 20 hours a week.
20 a week.
So if you are 10 steps ahead and already know what said school is running, it's a competitive advantage. Am I right or am I way off?
No, you're right. You're totally right. But here's the thing, though. You get the film.
Right.
If a team plays 5 games, you get all 5 games.
Right.
So you break those down extensively, like one school has done
to
Nebraska, the previous school.
Right.
They broke them down. They studied them. Analytics kicks in. But if you do your homework, you can have a good idea on what somebody's going to do just by getting all those games.
Yeah.
And then you can go to previous, like, say, for instance, this is a new staff.
Right.
So this new staff, you don't know. You have to look at Satterfield, what he did at South Carolina,
Tennessee Tech, and all that.
And all that. You have to look what Rule did, at Baylor, whatever.
Temple,
Tony White is Syracuse.
Right.
So you get all Syracuse games, and then you have to extensively watch what he ran on certain formations and certain downs. So that's hard.
Right.
But in Michigan's case, they've been there a long time. Right? How many years has Harbaugh been there?
He's been there at least 8.
8, right?
Yeah.
8, 9?
Probably 9, yeah.
Probably 9. He's been in the Big Ten 9 years. It hasn't been, he's been somewhere else and then came to the Big Ten.
Right.
So he should have a good, I mean, how many coaches changes? There's been a couple coaches changes in the Big Ten, especially here. So, so you have to do your homework. Now, sending somebody out physically to do the homework, that's you can't do that.
Yeah, and see, what people don't understand, I equate it, a coach club basketball. If I tell a scout team what we're running, it's hard for anybody to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if there's a talent gap. I think what people don't understand, and the fact that they're and it's very sophisticated what that dude did. He should be working for like the FBI. I'm straight up, because what he was doing. Because if you're able to look at a signal with what they're doing, because they have dummy calls now,
yes,
right, but still have a 80 to 90% of not whether they're going to run or pass, what play specifically going to run. You can. If you knew right as a corner, it doesn't matter if you're going against Jerry Rice or Tim Brown or anybody else that during your time when you played, right? Anybody, Henry Ellert, anybody. And I'm your coach, Kenny. He running the hitch. Kenny, he's running a deep comeback. Kenny, he's running a slant. Not at the pros, but just if you're playing against them, just imagine that right there, because they play that. Because 2 years ago that Michigan played, where they ran the split screen, both the defensive ends. Now, mind you, both of them were first round picks. Neither one of them rushed the passer and covered the guy in the flat and went over there.
No offense, but our signals were easy to pick off.
Sure, but it's every team. You're talking about Ohio State,
yes,
where they knew when they all looked over there. That dude got it. He looked down and he said they had signals for what play it was run.
So again, you have boards,
and he had a board of what the signals were.
So here's the deal: us 3 are signals,
right?
You have to figure out who's the live one,
right? That's why I said it's very sophisticated.
So you have to figure out who's the live one.
Right.
It's easy to figure out if you have one person assigned to it from across the field.
Right.
It's
easy. That's what I'm saying.
But across the field.
Right.
Not filming or not, You get them now. Another thing you can figure out too is film. Like if the camera angle
right
on the film, they can keep it on long enough where you can get all that.
Right, and that's why he had his guy up there at a certain.
But even when you film games from your own filming view,
right?
You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
you can see the signalers, and you can figure out who's live.
Right.
So, but it takes time. That's time consuming.
Right. That's why it's like premeditated.
Yes. So
that's like stalking, or whatever you want to call it. Where you like, yeah, I know exactly where you go here on Monday, Tuesday, and then the holiday season. I know exactly where you going, what you eating. So I think that's where they're in trouble because it's premeditated. It's very sophisticated. It's not. See, I think people think it's just some dude just there with his phone. It ain't like because I'm telling you, as it comes out, when he was at them games, he wasn't there by himself.
No, couldn't have been
because he was there. That's why they were able to implement it so fast because they were able to get 3 times the data. So just say okay, let's say said team had 3 signal callers, for offense. And us 3 go. I got him. You got him. You got him. And then we do that for 3 games. You're gonna know what you're gonna know. Yeah, you're gonna know the play.
You're gonna know.
And so they were trying to. I mean, let me ask you this: the situation that Harbaugh was in, right? Desperation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it wasn't for COVID, he would have got fired when they went 3-5.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes,
guys didn't play. In the bowl game. I think the previous year. Like 2 years prior or the year before COVID, when Chase Winovich and those guys, everybody just said, you know what, I'm not playing. They got blasted by Florida in a New Year's Six bowl. Do you think desperation played into it for him because he was getting embarrassed by Ohio State? And the situation around, remember, you take a pay cut. $4 million, that ain't just a pay cut. That's a full-fledged scalping session. $4 million. Do you think he just got desperate? I'm gonna do anything necessary to win.
My thing is, do you think he knew about
Kenny? Jim Harbaugh knows everything in that program. Well, okay, let me ask you this. Okay, let's just play this. Do you think Jim Harbaugh, knowing who he is, right, or a Urban Meyer, because they're kind of like that, even a Ryan Day or anybody like that? You think he don't know what that dude's doing they paying him. You don't think so so let me ask you this. If a head coach is paying a analyst or a scout or whatever his deal was, and he ain't at practice, you think he ain't gonna say where Kenny at?
Well, some analysts or what do you call it? Yeah. They just do it from home.
Right.
They do the film from home.
Sure.
I'll say this much though, even if he didn't know. Even if that's your defense, that doesn't change it from not being wrong. Just because if you're the CEO,
you should know what's going on.
Exactly. It still falls under your
responsibility.
responsibility.
It still falls under his responsibility. So he's going to be the one to take the hit.
Let me ask you this. If you're the head coach of Kenny Wilhite University, you're the head coach, and I'm your analyst, I'm standing right next to you, and he's the offense or defensive coordinator, and I got a big old sheet of their signals. You ain't gonna ask me what is that?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna ask you what that is.
Right.
First of all, you probably won't get that to the field.
Right, but you making my point. And then he said he didn't know who the dude was, and they was hugging after the game. Like, let me ask you this: what dude that's a head like Jim Harbaugh that don't even know how to do a handshake after a game, hugging somebody after the game that he don't know?
No, he ain't doing that.
And also, I wanted to ask you this, and I know the answer, but the protocol. There's not anybody that's within that coaching that team box, right? It's like from a 30 to 30,
25 to 25,
25 to 25. That coach knows.
Everybody knows,
right?
But my thing is, how is he on the sideline and nobody's not noticing this dude unless people have been in cahoots with him?
Well, somebody dropped a dime because my man at TCU caught on to it and they changed up all their signals. They ran through them. I would say like Dookie through a tin horn.
Golly.
What do you think is, if anything, is going to happen to him?
What did he get for? He got 4 games.
Well, he was supposed to get 4 games, but he said, "No, listen, I'll just do 3 and we good."
That's what he said.
It was self-imposed. That was like, you know what I'm saying?
He needs a year. He needs a year. It all depends on how long it's been going on.
It's been going on since I was down there. That night game at Nebraska, that whole season. That's when it started. It was after COVID. That's how long it's been going on. 3 seasons.
Well, One Nine Ray says this: in the last 3 years, Michigan has only lost 3 games. 2 of those were bowl games, teams they didn't have a chance to scout. So he says, yes, competitive advantage.
Yeah, he needs a year. He needs to sit down for a year.
Do you think the Big Ten steps up and don't says they can't play in the Big Ten championship or college football playoffs?
No.
Yeah.
You can't.
Why not?
Just he's suspended. I would suspend him the rest of this year and all of next year.
Yeah, but what the fabrics of it seems like it's already in the program. Like, okay, just imagine if you're Ohio State, dude, they got your plays already. So now you're spending more time of going back and taking out signals and formations.
I got a question for you.
And they just sitting there they just steady Eddie.
I'm gonna give you an example.
Uh-huh.
Wisconsin, Iowa, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what they're gonna do,
right?
Before they had a coaching change. You know what Iowa and you know what Wisconsin are running. Can you stop them? Can you physically stop them? Back in when we played, you knew what we were running.
Right.
Can you physically line up and stop us?
Right, but if
you knew what Iowa was going to run.
Right, but you didn't know when they were going to run it and how they were going to run it.
It didn't matter. You knew if they brought that tight end over, they run it to that side.
Right.
Can you stop? Wisconsin's the same way. When they bring that extra tight end over, or if they leaving a cornerback on the backside, that's where they running the ball in.
Right.
Can you physically line up mano a mano and stop them? It ain't happening.
Right, but if you knew, for me as a coordinator, and Harrison said, "Listen, this the signal. I'm lining 5 guys over there, and I'm blitzing. I'm telling you, I'm doing some stuff like off a PlayStation, just bum rushing over there,
Bruh. You knew with Iowa
because because here's the difference.
Melvin Gordon hit us for 500.
But here's the difference, Kenny. Though, like that's great that you know, but you still have to play your technique. Knowing, and here's what happens. It relieves all the anxiety of, do I got to do something else? Because the coach is telling me I'm going here. So if I go here, if I say, Kenny, the ball's going right as a linebacker or going in the right A gap, and you shoot the right A gap, it goes in the B gap. You are no longer held accountable for that play to go backside. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even playing no technique. You just run into the right. So I get what you're saying. Like, yes, in that sense that people know what was coming and you couldn't stop it. But there is also the possibility of other things. And also we used to cut block and stuff like that. I feel like if I knew what them cats was doing, oh yeah. I mean, you just imagine just shooting. I mean, you'd be out like the Junior Seau, just freelancing. You got 20 yards. You ain't gonna get it again. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do.
Do you think there's any chance, as some of the text lines are asking, that they vacate any of their wins?
Not this year. They'll come back when.
Well, he's talking about when it started 3 years ago. I would imagine they would do that, just like they do in basketball.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
They vacated wins,
Fab Five,
and all that. They would have to.
But at that point, really, to be honest, it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I mean, it's over.
Yeah. I mean, I think they might do it, but by the time that happens, Michigan might already had 2 or 3 coaches by then. You know, because the NCAA going to take years.
What'd they do to KU, to Bill Self? Didn't they just vacate?
Yeah, I'd have to find exactly. But
they just vacated two championships, right? That's another one now. He's gotten away with.
He just got paid.
And he's gotten away with a lot of stuff, too.
Yeah. Same with Creighton. They got him on tape.
I almost sang that Ice Cube song, but I didn't. You know what song I'm talking about? Got the little on tape.
Yeah. Well, they got. I mean, I think
they got Creighton on tape.
You never seen the Netflix thing? They had everybody on tape.
Lord. You find it, Harrison?
Yeah, 3-year probation. He had to vacate 15 wins.
So, when did that investigation start?
That was the article was October 11th, 2023. I'd have to figure out exactly when it started, but
it was with the Adidas dude, right? Yeah, so it's probably gonna take 3 years for them to vacate that.
It's 2018 Final Four banner is the one they took down, but
You ain't even thinking about that back.
Yeah,
You don't even know who played back then.
No, you don't.
And then also 15 wins. You ain't even in conference play then.
Nope.
You just playing like Meatloaf State and John Smith University.
Meatloaf State.
Yeah, you playing. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, they're going to take some.
No Jumper University. You ain't doing nothing.
They're going to take some of those wins away.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I think Adam Rittenberg said that he floated. I think that what happens is I think they already know.
They already know what they're going to do.
I think some guys know in the media. They floated it out there today that Jim Harbaugh was going to be suspended. They didn't say it for how long. That's what they can see, and still Michigan gets to play. I think that if that's all you
can't punish the kids.
But that's the part of it though. When this is what people don't. This is what I feel. When you're a head coach and you get paid that amount of money, part of that paycheck is for you to not purposely break the rules.
True.
Not once, not 1 year, not 2, 3. And he would have kept doing it. And the reason why people ain't never noticed him, because they were so roguish and so bad with they just like, hey, it'd be like us going in the bank, right? Just go in there and get 10,000.
No, I ain't doing that.
No, but I'm saying you go in there like, hey, did anybody say anything? No, they was cool. They dapped me up. We're gonna go right back in there and do it again.
They got you on camera and you're going to jail.
And they ain't come get you yet.
They go come get you.
Right. But then up until they do does any crook ever think they're gonna get caught until they get found and get caught?
No, they don't.
Right.
Well, some of them do, but they don't care.
I mean, I think when you have a university, and now mind you, their offseason, they had a assistant head coach, offensive coordinator break into people's emails, fired on the spot. Recruiting violations, not very big, but just still. And Jim Harbaugh said, when you're coming down O Street, go left when you're supposed to go right. And sent you all the way up, you in Omaha purposely. Oh man, I forgot, man. I got my left and rights mixed up. And then they get this. Then they say, we probably think we're going to thinking about 4 games. And they just said, listen, that's a nice thought, but we'll just do 3 and you just be happy with it. They got to drop the hammer on.
They're going to.
Well, if it's a slap on the wrist, it's just gonna.
If it's a slap on the
you're
wrist,
gonna have other teams maybe try to mimic it, except they're gonna be smarter than to, instead of having Michigan buy the tickets.
Who's to say other teams aren't mimicking it?
Well, here's what I wanted to ask you: the fact that 13 other coaches were that upset about it, that the coaching business, they're gonna sink all the way to the bottom of the ocean with each other.
And did you see what Michigan comeback was? They got video of other coaches, other teams doing
But that was just...
They ain't going down by themselves now. They just they first 48 of them.
Right.
Like, they get you in that room in first 48.
Hey, Michigan the dude said, can I get some water?
Yeah.
You ever seen first 48?
Yeah. Can I get some water?
Or a cigarette.
Or a
cigarette. You know you about to start.
They take them out back, let them smoke that cigarette. Then they come back in.
So they did good cop backup. The best first 48 is Memphis.
Oh,
the bald-headed white dude with the black dude.
And the black lady.
The black lady. And they always mess with each other. Which one are you this week?
Which one are you this week?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think Michigan's going to try to bring other people down with them. The Big Ten already said, listen, the evidence that you sent ain't up to snuff. They just need... The problem with Michigan, this is the problem. You just came out and denied knowing the dudes that much. You got to think. Once Blake Corum, that we talked about with DP, you say you're LLC. Well, you just told people, these people on the internet got time. Okay? I don't know where they work. They got time. They found you in Wyoming.
Ain't too many.
There ain't too many brothers out there.
In Wyoming.
And then you hear and you got 3 houses. And you talking about you don't know the dude? You in a business with him.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours, boy, Michigan. Blake might as well just shut it down for the rest of the year.
You should just not said anything.
No,
you should have been a team-wide says, well, I don't know. I'm not in it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, man. And good first segment. Kenny had a lot of real-time knowledge of what you can and can't do. It's funny that you can do all that stuff that they're possibly going to be in trouble with in high school, but you can't do it in college. You can't do it in the pros because for 2 reasons. Number one, you got the headsets. Number 2 is because guys are reading and making their routes based off the coverage. So that don't matter because the pros, they're reading on the run, running routes. Whereas in the colleges with these RPOs, they're running it based on your leverage or whatever.
Because NBA does it. They send scouts early. Did you know that?
Yeah, they do. But it's within their rules.
Within the rules.
Right. and then they're not in the huddle though.
No, they're not
with microphones. Hey, you know what the NBA do is get, hey, who's this dude? Who's this ball boy right here? I don't know.
NFL does it too.
What?
Scouts.
Oh yeah, but it's within the rules.
Within the rules, they send scouts to watch,
and they know, and they're in a certain part of the stadium.
Yep.
Now the only time that people take it a step further is the Patriots, where they just came right there. The Patriots just said, "Listen, oh, y'all getting ready for the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
good luck."
Yep.
Hey, remember their commercial? Not today.
Not today.
Anyway, good first segment, man. In the 5 o'clock hour, Jay Foreman, Kitty will not today. Hip hip. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for high-quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619. You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Celebrate Thanksgiving this year with Venue Restaurant and Lounge and Venue at Home with our Thanksgiving to-go meal packages. Our packages include sliced turkey breasts and roasted gravy, herb stuffing, Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, a harvest salad, and more, with add-on options to upgrade your feast, including smoked ham, prime rib, sides, appetizers, and desserts. You choose delivery right to your home or pick up at our Venue at Home storefront. Order today at holidaysbyvenue.net. That's holidaysbyvenue.net.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havilah. This week's special through November 14th is spend $40 and you'll get to buy one, get one free on 8-ounce prepackaged sirloins. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, Kenny Wilhite, Harrison on the 1s and 2s. Moving quick through this. Hey man, you need to update that clock, dog. It's
5:30, 6:31.
It feels like 6:30 out here.
No, it's 5:31. Yeah,
We're an hour ahead on there.
Yeah, it's all right though. But Kenny, as we I always say Hayes in the barn on a Wednesday. Talk about the process of your experience of battling back after a staff perspective as a disappointing loss.
You say there's a 24-hour rule. You want to get it behind you as quick as possible. So you go in on Sunday, you watch the film, you be honest with yourself, not only as a staff, but as players.
Right.
But mostly as a staff. You be honest with yourself. And then you try to correct the mistakes, and then you watch it with the players. If you bring them in on Sunday, get it over with, move on the next week. You show them good and you show them bad. But in order to get what you want to get done the following week, you have to move on
quickly. Yeah. And I think this season, to be segmented like that, try to go 1-0 is probably the best mindset to have.
That's the mind. You have to have that the rest of the way. You can't be thinking win one more game and we're bowl eligible, because you thinking that way, you may lose the last 3.
Right.
So like you said, 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 game at a time.
Talk about the the Maryland team. They've had a pretty good history of being consistent, because they won 8 games the last 2 years, and the 7 the week, I think the year before, 6 or 7. Their offensive team. Talk about what it's like as a defender, having the onus on you, wanting some payback, knowing it's a tremendous opportunity to shut down a pretty well-respected offense.
Well, they got athletes across the board on both sides of the ball. So your mind's got to be right. They got a really good quarterback, 2 good receivers. I think the O-line is pretty physical.
Right.
Defensively, they fly around too. So your mind's got to be right from, like we said, from when you put that last week's game behind you, your mind's got to be right starting that day, leading up until Saturday's game. Because it's going to be a challenge. Even though they're coming into your home, Loxley has got those guys, he's got them playing really good football. They struggled a couple of weeks, though, but I think athletically they match up well with us, even if not better, as far as athletes that they're going to put on the field. It's going to be a good test for our defense, because they got a really good quarterback that can throw it and run it. So, they've been playing a lot of statues here lately that haven't been able to run it.
Yeah.
And they can get to him. This guy can throw it and run it.
I think the biggest thing is that I always say, like Harrison, you got to punish this dude, this quarterback. When you hit, people think it's a joke. I think when you hit him and you hit him with a purpose, right? it makes Kenny's job easier.
Mm-hmm.
He starts to think twice about it. Then the defensive line can get there. I think the biggest thing is that Nebraska takes advantage on the other side of the ball, takes advantage of Maryland's aggressiveness. And I think they're a high risk, high reward defense.
Mm-hmm.
So what they like to do is get upfield, and obviously when they're rolling, they do well. That's why you see them when they played, I think, Virginia, down by like 28, and then they get rolling defensively, get some turnovers, and that offense get going. Next thing you know, they win by 14. So I think the biggest thing with them is withstand their kind of like mini tidal waves of, good plays.
Mm-hmm.
Staying on pace on offense is going to help the defense. I think if you can get out early, establish the run game, quarterback run, conventional run, and I call them direct access plays. And what I mean by that, Kenny, is a defender direct access to your run or quarterback's face. They'll be just fine, because I think they have not shown the ability to stay in the fight defensively. So as long as you stay in your front, you stay in your cleats, you'll be just fine.
The thing with them is, like you said, they like to play fast on defense. The option game can slow them down,
right?
Because if they're not sound, we practice option
every day.
So it's hard to get ready. Like when you play the Air Forces, the Armies, the Navies, they run the option. It's hard to get ready
in a week. Yeah.
Because,
there's no continuity from the week before.
No.
Yeah.
It's totally different. So our option game has done some good things for us, and has also done some bad things for us. But if they're not sound on defense,
you pop a couple runs.
You can pop a couple runs. You can pop a couple. But then you can hit them with the option pass.
Right.
You can set up the option pass like we used to do.
Yeah.
Like they've done, a couple times this year.
Yeah.
So Maryland's case, they have to be sound. You have to have a dive player. You have to have a quarterback player who can slow play,
right,
and get to the pitch to buy time for the pitch player. He may be coming off 12 yards off the half.
Yeah.
So that can play smart enough to buy. Again, you go back. Travis, rest in peace, Travis Hill. We're playing Colorado. First 3 plays, they were getting after it. And then you looked at Cordell's and Corey Detmer's eyes, they were like, they ain't want no parts of that. So if we can get them to that point, and on defense,
right,
you get a hold of the quarterback and hit him like you want to hit him,
right,
then he can have I call them the Cajun chicken eyes.
Right.
The eyes wide open, boy, that chicken's spicy. So they know, he's going to know that defense is coming. He's going to have happy feet.
Right.
He's going to try to get that ball out of his hands as quick as possible. Same way with us.
Right.
If they have a sound defense, that guy who's responsible for the quarterback can get to the line of scrimmage, set down and shuffle sideways, make him make a decision, get indecisive, they got a chance.
Right.
But then you can scheme up too, where you take the ball out the quarterback and make him pitch it early.
Right.
You just go get him. Hit him a couple times, because he's a free runner now.
Right, yeah.
You hit him a couple times. Now we can have problems. We can have issues too. So it's how they want to play it, how they want to attack it, who they want to carry the ball, who they don't want to carry the ball.
I think one of the things also, I wanted to ask your opinion on the 3-3-5. In my opinion, I think it's tailor-made for this type of offense. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a spread, wide open deal.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is that 3-3-5, and you always kind of have that third linebacker that's kind of a safety hybrid, and you got more smaller, faster guys, and you can, because they're not a pound you like Michigan or like a Penn State or even Minnesota. It's more of an inside-outside zone. So if you have a smaller, third defensive lineman, you're fine, because you're generally playing a 3 or a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that. From a schematic standpoint, getting ready for a spread team, how important it is. I call it spacing on defense, meaning that you don't want to be like me and Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
You want to more or less be like you and Harrison, me in between, and we're kind of like moving along with it, because as the quarterback goes over here, our spacing has to go over with him.
Yeah, you have to adjust. I mean, like you said, with the 3-3-5, with their style of offense, and that's what you want to see. Now you can bring in a fourth guy, stand him at the line of scrimmage. He can be that rusher,
right?
And you just go get the quarterback. but the coverage has to match the front.
Right.
And if you can get the coverage to match the front and be sound, you'll be okay.
Right.
Like you said, with 3-3-5 for this scheme, you should be okay.
Right.
As long as everybody's
and they've done
working
it
in
for the most
unison.
part
And
this year.
Tony's done a good job.
Yeah.
He's done a good job. He's got those guys ready to play.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I mean, I think then also you got to have a good day on special teams. I think if we could get an advantage there, especially if the defense is humming, go for a block punt, big return. I think they're going to really try to activate that return game this week, hopefully. And I think those are one of the things that people always talk about our offense and defense when we played. The emphasis on special teams was paramount, and we'd always seem to have that big return in the big game.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to be a 60-yard.
Or a block.
Or a block. It's a 12-yard return, a 16-yard return. Instead of starting at your 18-yard line, you're at the 40. All of a sudden, TO gets a lot more aggressive, and you guys got to get on the field and stuff like that. And it makes it a lot easier. Talk real quick before we go to break. I'm a big believer in controlling the pace of the game, especially in this day and age. Now, I think it helps that they continue the clock running on first downs, and then they allow you to sub. But I think controlling the pace in all three phases is huge. Talk about that, because sometimes styles make fights, but sometimes making them play close actually makes them panic, even with a veteran quarterback, a veteran play caller on offense for Maryland. Talk about controlling the pace.
I'm going to make a reference to basketball. Princeton.
Right.
How they slowed the game down. And they beat a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Because you get impatient. You become antsy.
Yep.
The discipline may not be there. You may take a gamble here and there, a risk here and there. You get beat on the backdoor cut. So Princeton controlled the game, especially when they went against a team that they knew they were
not as good at athletically. Yeah.
So, like you said, some games are good for slowing the pace down,
right,
keeping it within reach.
Right.
You may get 4 possessions in the first half against a certain team. Let's limit that to 3.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So less chances they have with the ball, the more opportunity you have to win. Right?
Right.
So, like you said, if we can control the pace of the game and protect the ball on offense, we will have a good chance of beating them.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's gonna, it's got to start fast, and starting fast to me is just execute, come out with the right mindset.
And you can get up. I've been around some guys where you get up 2 scores and you still going fast pace.
Right.
Why? You're already up 2, and then something happens. Now you turn the ball over.
Then you play even fast.
Then you
play in a hurry
of
instead of playing fast.
Yeah. So now you can control this pace. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, that's a good segment there. We're going to go to a quick break, then put a bow on this. Kenny Wilhite, Jay Foreman, Harrison.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havilah. This week's special through November 14th is spend $40 and you'll get to buy one, get one free on 8-ounce prepackaged sirloins. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Celebrate Thanksgiving this year with Venue Restaurant and Lounge and Venue at Home with our Thanksgiving to-go meal packages. Our packages include sliced turkey breasts and roasted gravy, herb stuffing, Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, a harvest salad, and more, with add-on options to upgrade your feast, including smoked ham, prime rib, sides, appetizers, and desserts. You choose delivery right to your home or pick up at our Venue at Home storefront. Order today at holidaysbyvenue.net. That's holidaysbyvenue.net.
Muchachos has been Lincoln's leader for New Mexican barbecue for a few years now, and they've expanded into Omaha. That's right, you can get all your favorites like the pipeline burrito with 3 meats, rice, beans, queso, and crushed chips, or any of their great taco options in Lincoln or Omaha. Plus, they want to give back, as the Malachi Coleman Giverito, a 2-meat hatchback burrito, gives proceeds to the Fly Like Kai Foundation for the Lincoln foster care community. Stop by Muchachos in Lincoln at 11th and L or in Omaha at 1258 South 13th Street.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Veterans Day. They are thankful for those who served our great nation and gave their lives to defend this country, which should never be taken for granted. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality, service, and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today, with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We are back. Jay Foreman, Kenny Warhite, Harrison on the 1s and 2s, putting a bow on this Wednesday. It's already dark outside, man. Dang.
Still not used to it. Still throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
5:48 and it's dark out.
Yeah, man, it's crazy that Big Ten used to, they're playing primetime games now with the ABC contract, but you know, Big Ten used to not want night games. You 2:30 games, you're gonna be finishing at night.
Yeah.
So, oh well, you know, it's onward and upward. Kenny, NBA season just started, right?
Yeah, you see your boy.
Which one? The Lakers, Anthony Davis. Oh, you couldn't go 5 games, man. You got this old man LeBron out here playing 40-something minutes. He talking about was his hamstring or growing?
It don't matter.
Yeah,
it was growing.
Growing.
It doesn't matter. He's
quick to be.
Man.
He load manage. He load manage. He makes sure that he get his rest. I want to ask you, man. I know you follow basketball. What do you think about James Harden going to the Clippers?
I mean, he's going to dribble the air out the ball wherever he's at. So it don't matter. But just think him, Kawhi, Russell, and Paul George.
Yeah.
You want to take the ball out of everybody else's hands but Russell, because you know Russell's going to throw up something wild.
Yeah.
You know that.
And they got PJ Tucker.
But exactly. So if they can keep Russell, if Russell could just manage the game and penetrate, I mean, you surrounded by
shooters,
slashers,
and Zubac can rebound.
And Zubac can rebound
and defend.
Yeah, and you look at that, and then you look at Phoenix. You know, Bill's out, Booker's banged up.
Yeah, KD's getting old.
Putting a lot of miles on KD right now.
Early.
Can he withstand that down the stretch? The team Denver Nuggets, man,
they rolling. They lost one of their 6 man. They still rolling. What do you think, Harrison? You the NBA expert.
Nuggets all the way. I couldn't believe it when the odds shifted for the Nuggets not to be the favorite going into the season. Give me a player that can stop Jokic. He's already got more triples than LeBron James in less than 800 games less.
And
there's not a single person that has any idea. And if you just watch him night in, night out, and Aaron Gordon, yeah, he's not the greatest player, but how he's able to play with Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, no one talks about, but playoff after playoff, he's been one of the most elite guards.
Jay Foreman's twin, Jamal Murray. Did you see what he did to AD? Right out the gate.
Yeah, welcome back. That's your welcome back.
I'm like,
nice to see you, my friend.
You're way more athletic than this dude. And you letting this dude do you like that?
Did you see what he been doing this all season? The Joker been doing riding horses.
He ain't been playing no basketball.
Not a lick of basketball.
He told you I haven't picked up a basketball since.
And just doing work.
It's like riding a bike.
Do you guys see that out of bounds pass you had? That
Yes.
was just insane.
Yes.
One hand. Because he just caught him. He's like, you guys want to be lazy on these inbounds? Like, you cannot take a single break around him.
No, you can't.
He will take advantage of you every single time.
Harrison, who do you think could possibly challenge the Nuggets besides the Nuggets themselves?
You'd have to think maybe Milwaukee. That thing is, you think the Lakers and AD would probably be the best chance to throw Jokic off his game, but AD's got no answer for him.
No.
I really don't see a team right now.
And
the best shot is probably the Lakers, but I just don't.
The problem with the Anthony Davis is up into all the way through COVID and the bubble, he used to destroy Joker, and the way he beat Joker was making him get up and down the court. Now Anthony Davis wants to be a 3-point shooter and a wing,
and Joker's beating him down the court.
And Joker beating him down the court.
Mm-hmm. His conditioning is out of control. I mean, you watch him in last year's playoffs. He's just playing point half the time.
Right.
You know, if it's not Jamal Murray, it's Jokic. And for as unathletic as he looks, his conditioning's a hell of a lot better than a lot of the other players in the league.
Matchup wise, the Clippers with adding Harden. Matchup wise,
and if they're healthy, Kawhi can just mess up your whole program.
The starting 5, that's what I'm talking about. Matchup wise, the Clippers could be the team to do it as long as they stay healthy. But you still may not have an answer for Joe.
Yeah, I think they're probably, if they can stay healthy, probably closer. I'd like to say Golden State, but
they didn't do enough.
They didn't do enough. But I think if they get rolling, that offense is the ultimate equalizer, man.
Steph.
And if Clay get going,
and Chris Paul's got to find his role.
He's got to find his role. Yeah.
If they could get in, because when you can have a quote unquote Hall of Fame backup point guard that's still effective, again, we talk about pace. Chris Paul controls the pace better than anybody.
Yes.
So he can answer jokers, and especially in the pick and roll.
Yes.
Where Joker doesn't do really well, you can do that. So
get him matched up with Joker on the pick and roll. You got a chance.
Real quick before we get off, what do you think about the Celtics?
Celtics, I got to see it. I got to see if they can actually break through. I think they'll probably be another team, Eastern Conference Finals, but until they can break through that Game 7, I mean, it's insane. What is it, 3 years in a row now? I got to see it. I don't know what that is. You guys tell me that. Is that just a mental confidence thing? I mean,
it was a Jaylen Brown, man. Don't he choke every time?
Yeah, him
or Tatum.
I will say defensively, he's probably one of the easiest players to scout.
Right.
I mean, you force Jaylen Brown,
the
wrong way. You force him left. His ball handling just what takes him out.
You see that video where he couldn't dribble left, just standing there. You know, they're in training camp. You know, you just sitting there bouncing the ball. You want left hand dribble right off his foot. You didn't see that?
I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
I think with the Celtics, I think they have two superstar players in Brown and Tatum. They have figured out how to play with each other, but here's what's really lost. The two Williams brothers that they lost.
Mm-hmm.
Grant Williams and what's the other Williams that just hurt? That went to Portland. He's a knee injury from Texas A&M because he's the guy that could be like
the center.
Yeah, he could get up at 44, and that was when he got. Remember, he was hurt in the finals.
Got hurt in the finals.
Right? But he can get up and down the court, defend, pass, and shoot. Grant Williams is kind of like that PJ Tucker, but a little bit lower. It freed up those two main superstars, and it made Marcus Smart that much more effective.
You just said the key word. I think losing Smart will hurt them in the long run.
Yeah.
Because he was their
edge.
And
he was their leader.
Yes.
And he just doesn't fit Memphis.
No.
They garbage right now. They're gonna start freeloading some. They're gonna start getting rid of some of them dudes. Adams is out for the season, right?
He's out again.
He got hurt in training camp.
I don't know if he's out entirely for the season, but
he's out
it'll
for
be like playoffs.
Yeah,
or
he's
something when
out
he
for
comes back.
essentially the whole year.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Ja Morant.
How many games did he get? 20?
He ain't coming back to Christmas. 25.
Which I thought he probably could have got more.
Yeah.
It's pretty fortunate to only get 25.
They may be 0-25. Had they won a game yet?
1-6.
Well, they may be 1-24.
Yeah. Anyways, it's Anthony Edwards League anyway, so that's all that matters.
You buying the Ant?
Yeah, I love
Did
Ant-Man.
you see him the other night? Oh,
Yeah.
he put in some work.
Yeah.
I don't know what he is yet, but he's something.
He
I
unstoppable.
got no idea what his
He
name
reminds
is.
me of J.R. Ryder.
Oh, with superior skills.
With
though.
superior. J.R. Ryder can shoot.
Yeah, he could score too.
He can score. He reminds me of a J.R. Ryder.
Yeah, but a little bit taller.
But a little bit taller.
Yeah, he's
and more explosive too.
Right.
Now Ryder had ups, but
Yeah,
he didn't
have them.
He didn't
no
have
ups.
them
Yeah.
kind of ups. This dude is freakish. athletic.
Ant-Man's for real.
Yeah.
It's just his league, and everybody's living. He told Tatum, he said, "Listen, you look, I got 4 fouls, but you can come out here and try to play some defense."
I think playing this summer helped him.
Yeah,
100%.
I think playing this summer helped him.
His
Gave him a ton of-
relationship with Steve Kerr, you can tell, it definitely shifted his mindset a little bit
I
because he
think-
thought he was working.
Yes, I think playing this summer helped him.
Yeah, and gave him that confidence and also some direction. So, anyways, good 2 hours. Welcome. We're glad to welcome Kenny back. We're going to turn it over to AG Mon Green here from 6 to 7, and then it'll be ticket weeknights after that. So, Jay Foreman, Kenny, Harrison, we are out.